Hello YouTube. So recently there's been a lot of discussion on the internet about YouTube conferences that have been happening recently. Most notably Summer in the City, VidInc, and to a lesser extent, VidCon. Now the main thing these discussions have been about is whether the event could have been organised better, whether meet and greets could have been run more efficiently, and whether there was enough space for everybody coming or for the many different panels that were to be held. However, I think there is one discussion that has been looked over or dwarfed by these bigger discussions, and that is a conversation about the fans. And I think this is a very important conversation to have because the fans push or force the organisers' hand, so to speak. I mean, look at Summer in the City. In its first iteration, it was around 100 to 500 people gathering in Hyde Park. Today, it is around the size of VidCon. It has to be held inside with tightened security for the YouTube creators. And it got that way because of the number of people attending and the number of fans attending. And so I think it's an important discussion to have because the fans cause the bigger discussions. If there were no fans going to the conferences, then the bigger discussions wouldn't happen. And when talking about fans, I like to separate fans into three distinct groups. Although there may be creators who are also fans and friends of other creators, I feel these people more so fit into the first group or are in a group themselves. Now the first group I would call the ideal fan. Now this group consists of around 10 to 20% of a YouTuber's subscriber base, and it's not what you would really call a fan per se. This person sees the YouTuber as a real person who puts out content that they enjoy and they may admire the YouTuber. And when they meet the YouTuber or the creator, they want to sit down, they want to have a discussion with them. They want to talk about the person's content, they want to get to know the creator better because that's how their mind works. They understand that they don't know everything just through a screen and they want to get to know that person better. It's like a new friend that you've just met who's heard a lot about you from other friends or from other sources and is trying to be polite to not say, oh, I know all of this about you. Know about me. They're trying to have a conversation with you. They're more like co-creators. The next group is around 30 to 40% of a YouTuber's subscriber base. And this is what I would call the normal fan. This person has many of the same ideas and conceptions as the ideal fan, but they may be shyer or they may be a bit scared or in awe of the creator. This is kind of my opinion of kind of TV stars or celebrities I admire. They're up there, but I don't see them as idols. I just may be a bit in awe of them, and so when I try to speak to them I may be shyer or I may hold back a bit, or after I've met them or got a photo with them I'm like, I can't believe I just met that person. But these people are pretty tame. If they're at meet and greets, they may be the people who hang back because they don't know what to say or they're afraid they may say something stupid. And if the YouTuber approaches them or the creator approaches them and starts talking to them first, they'll feel more at ease, and even though they may still be in awe or may start crying because they've met one of their great inspirations, they're kind of in the middle. And the third group, I think, are the more crazy fans, if I dare to use that word. This is around 50 to 60% of a YouTuber's subscriber base, and I think it is the majority. And these people don't understand that they don't know everything about the YouTuber. They feel that they're friends with you, they feel that they've known you for their whole life, and they have a difficulty in imagining the creator complexly. And I think it's because they've looked at TV stars and movie stars this way. They only see TV stars and movie stars acting out a role, and they want to know more about that person's life, and this is where you get those fans who go, I want to know more about your life. I only saw you as this character. Who are you really? And that's where we get the magazines, we get all that sort of stuff. But I think these fans have moved that model to YouTube, and it doesn't work on YouTube because you are sharing so much of your life with us that they feel they're friends. And where does that fever go? It goes into meeting you and talking to you and getting to know you better. And this is what I think the conferences have slowly been catering for. They set up the security to keep the YouTube creators and the fans safe. They've been catering for this third group of fans, call them what you will. And so the first and second group have been kinda feeling left out. These two groups don't really want to wait in line 4 or 5 hours. They might get claustrophobic or feel they didn't have a real connection with the YouTube creator. But because the majority of fans are in that last group, it seems the conferences have to cater for them. And so the first two groups get left out. Now, am I oversimplifying this? Most likely I am, and I may be wrong. Do all YouTubers have this three distinct groups of fans, and I think no. It's mainly the bigger YouTubers. You need a big subscriber base to see this distinction, because then you have more people spread out across more locations and more space across YouTube, and so you have a bigger pool to pick from. And do I think it affects all YouTube channels? Well, no, I think educational YouTubers are kind of outside of this realm, because people come to educational YouTubers for the content, not so much the creator. They're interested in the content, and so if they meet the creator, they want to have a discussion with the creator about the content that they're putting out there, the different ideas that they're knowing, and they want to have that discussion. So I think educational YouTubers may be outside of this. And so should they have a conference alone? Should conferences be catered for the first two groups instead of the third group, which is the majority? I don't know. I'm just trying to get a discussion out. If you think I'm completely and utterly wrong, particularly in my three distinct groups, comment below. If you think the percentages are messed up, just tell me. I'm not trying to find a solution here. I'm just trying to open the conversation so that conferences and different YouTube conventions may be able to run better in the future, and hopefully cater for everybody on YouTube, everybody who's trying to get something different out of a conference. I know that you won't be able to please 100% of the people 100% of the time, but if we aim for around 90 to 95% instead of the 50 or 60% I feel that conferences have been catering to currently, I feel we'll get less of this discussion about organizations and meet and greets. I hope you continued the discussion down below in comments or in a video response. You'll see me next week. Have an awesome week, and don't forget to be awesome.